Tonight, we start with flood insurance. Not a lot of Californians have it, but others are required to get it. Some want it, but it's growing increasingly unaffordable. So tonight, ABC 10's Becca Habegger takes us to one small Delta town that's pioneering a whole new approach to make sure that their community is covered.
Welcome to Isleton, with a population of about 800 people.
The city is located on land that's entirely surrounded by rivers and sloughs, meaning they're at the mercy of the levees.
Second year I lived here, the water got right up to the bank over there. Looked like maybe a foot below it. I was very nervous, but my neighbor said, don't worry about it. I've seen it higher, so I trusted her and we got through it.
Iva Walton owns Maywa Beer Room on Main Street and moved to Isleton a decade ago. She's also on the city council and chair of the Delta Region Geologic Hazard Abatement District, or GAD, formed about 2 years ago to address flood risk and flood insurance in the city of Isleton.
Our risk is fairly low in a sense. We're still living on a river and anything is possible.
Long-timers here remember the devastating flood of 1972, when one of the levees surrounding the town broke, ushering in feet of floodwater. Isleton's Mayor Pam Boulahan was 9 when her family had to quickly evacuate. She wasn't available for an on-camera interview, but we spoke by phone.
She says she remembers seeing waves of water rushing across fields toward town. Her family was displaced for 2 years as they rebuilt.
Just recently, the California Department of Insurance announced Isleton is the first and only city in the state piloting a new community-based flood insurance initiative, funded for 2 years by a $200,000 grant from the California Department of Water Resources and implemented by GAD.
Less than half the people who live in Isleton have flood insurance, and they have a very real flood risk. So if something were to happen, it could be catastrophic.
We spoke by phone with UC Davis PhD candidate and researcher Kathleen Schaefer, who is driving this initiative. She says the pilot involves buying a community-wide flood insurance policy, and if floodwaters reach a certain level, all property owners in town will automatically get a payout upfront of up to $10,000 to spend on whatever they need in the immediate aftermath.
It would be a nice assurance that you're not just stuck high, well, I can't say high and dry, but low and wet. You're not just stuck, so there'd be a way to start taking care of yourself, your family, and your property.
Project leaders hope to buy that policy with the grant money by the end of the year.
We want to learn from this so that we can perhaps deploy it throughout the Central Valley.
For now, the pilot is grant funded, but Isleton voters will decide next year whether to continue to fund it through property tax.
Leaders of this pilot project are still working out the details, like how to include renters in this insurance policy. That and more they'll be working on in the coming months. In Isleton, Becca Habegger, ABC 10.